Hello, am I audible? Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our last session of the 5 days faculty development program on recent trends and development in the field of civil engineering. For our last session, we have the honor to have Dr. Kamlesh Dalal sir. Today's our topic of presentation is industrial scenario of re-strengthening of structure. I welcome our respected expert on behalf of Tapi Diploma Engineering College, Surat. Sir is presently working as an assistant professor, Sarvajanik College of Engineering and Technology, Surat, and also working as structural rehabilitation engineer. Sir is having experience of 6 years in teaching and 21 years of industry. Sir has published 6 papers in international journal, delivered 5 expert lectures, and attended 12 training programs like workshop, STTP, etc. Sir is associated with many professional bodies. Now I request to all the participants to keep your mic and camera off during the session. If you have any questions, please type into the chat box. Now, without any further ado, I would like to give my warm welcome to Dr. Kamlesh Dalal sir and request sir to continue the session. Sir, now share your PPT.
Thank you, Pragana Madam, for the introduction. Now, not without wasting the time, I am sharing my screen and start the presentation. Just please wait for a few moments. I am sharing my screen.
Okay, sir.
I think you are able to see my screen if I am not wrong.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay, then I am going for the full screen. And if any disturbance will be there, then you can call me directly. So if any disconnection, we can manage it.
Yes, sir. Okay, no problem. Please go ahead.
Yes. Basically, the industrial scenario. What I want to convey first, the industrial scenario of re-strengthening of structure is the remedy of the what actually we actually giving the problems, and the solution is the re-strengthening. But in 70 or 80% cases, I found the result of poor construction practices at the site, and ultimately it will harmful to the structures. So first of all, I want to convey one thing. What is the poor construction practices and how basically poor construction practice should be restricted, and then we can go for the good structures. So there is no need of re-strengthening. That personally I mean. So when we prevent a poor construction practice for a new structure, then we can minimize the re-strengthening. We will discuss about the re-strengthening also. But this is the small nut and bolts of the ship which can sink the ship. Whatever the ship, the supervisors or engineers or the person who is the top of the authority, they are not much caring about these small things. As I said, it is a small nut and bolts which can sink the ship. Ultimately, why the structures built earlier are standing intact and giving services, but recently constructed buildings showing distress? What is the reason? The big question mark in your mind should be there, and then you can find the solution of the same. See, this is the 1750 old structure. It is built in 1750, so we can calculate the actually the durability. This is 1930, initially when the concrete invented. So many people, they are very careful about the concreting. It's a new material. So they are much caring about the qualities and the small points taken care. And with this particular small point, they built a 3-inch thick wall, and it is still intact. These are the good construction. This is also a good example of RCC. And now this is the condition of the apartment at Godol Road. You can see. Ultimately, the durability of the structure should be various. If you are built a temple, it should be more than 800 to 1000 year, 100 year, 1000 year, 600, 700, 800, 900. We can see intact temple in south and very precious at our country. Yes, for the Vastu Shastra, the temple should be let's say like 800 to what 1200-year old, and it should be intact. If there is a hospitals, it should be 150, 200 years. Spacious structure should be 250 years, 150 years, like dams, bridge. Residential buildings should be minimum 80 to 100 years. Durability should be there. It should be give the services up to 80 to 100 years minimum. We can see the structures also in our core city of Ahmedabad or Surat or any city. The structure which are more than 100 years old, they are in a functioning, and people are using that and occupying that structures also. Recently, we inaugurated the bridge, Golden Bridge, adjacent bridge of the Golden Bridge, and we are now going to retire the Golden Bridge. Golden Bridge are constructed in 1891. It completed the 100 years in 1991. During that, in 1991, the British company who constructed the bridge, they wrote a letter to the Indian government. Our bridge completed 100 years old, and now you can repair or you have to use or not. That is your point of view. But as per our guideline, after 100 it is over. Means in 100 years, still it is intact, and now we are going to retire. But this structure, which we can see in the screen, it is not more than 10 or 12 years old. So it is a really a serious issue, because the person who is adding one rupees, and all the savings are spent in the residence or flat, and within 10 or 12 years, the loan may not complete of that particular flats, and it is in this dilapidated condition. So it is a really a serious scenario. Apart from this, if there is a collapse or there is a collapse of some balconies or cantilever portion, some fatal may be there. So this is not a scenario what we expected in a recent technical era. This is also a example of these all buildings. I think most of us are a technical person and civil engineers, if I'm not wrong. So there is no need to explain about the figures or these particular photographs. The culprit is, you can see this is the rainwater pipe, and in a most of building, rainwater pipe is the nearby the corner of the nearby the corner column, because this is terrace and there is a rainwater pipe in the corner, and the rainwater pipe is going through beside adjacent of the particular this column. If there is damage or any leakage from the joints from this particular rainwater pipe, this column may be affected and the corrosion started and it will go. There are dampness you can see from the exterior wall, and we will discuss the reasons about this whole scenario. This is also a corner of the column covering is gone. These are the scenario. Not only plaster, but reinforcement is this is the terrace floor slab. When the water is accumulated and stagnant water on the terrace, it will be seep through the slab and corrode the reinforcement. And when the reinforcement corrode, the the volume of that particular reinforcement should be increased 6 times. And then so cover concrete of the slab and plaster both are going to delaminate from this and it will harmful. In our PWD Awas near Bahumari, his slab will be fallen and in a dining hall and one fatal will be there. એક જણના માથા પર જ આવી રીતે સ્લેબનો જે ટુકડો પડેલો અને જમતી વખતે બિચારાનું ભાઈનું I think it is he is no more in this case. This is only a plaster. There is a difference between two is this is covering plus plaster both. This is only plaster is not strictly adhered to the particular that slab. So I want to convey one thing. નાની નાની વસ્તુ છે હું તમને just કહેવા માંગુ છું. When we are erecting a formwork of slab, don't use diesel or kerosene or oil on the plate. પ્લેટની ઉપર જે આ નીકળી નહીં જાય અરે શું કહે કે સ્લેબ પર when we casted a slab before they are applying the oils or kerosene to easily remove the formwork. Don't go for this. The resultant is there. Plaster ચોંટે નહીં પછી oil વાળા ભાગમાં. Just go for one sheet, plastic sheet, and then remove the plastic sheet after removing the formwork, and then it will be easy for plastering. This is what I said. Cording of steel, then cover and plaster. This steel, this cover portion of the slab, and this is the plaster. So one by one step, how we build our buildings. I will discuss the every aspect from the foundation in every area or every stage of the structure, which care should be taken off to erect a durable structure. First, we start the excavation and setting out of building. The necessity of site visit and soil exploration is very important because geotech engineering are the, as per my point of view, it's a more neglected area nowadays. મોટી કંપનીઓ પણ મેં ઓબ્ઝર્વ કરેલું છે. અચ્છા, what I want to convey, if I am conveying some sentence in Gujarati, or otherwise Hindi, because that mixed language may be there, or pure English may be there. I don't know from which area or from region is participant. Pragna madam?
Yes, sir.
From which area they are out of Gujarat also? Some
No,
people?
sir. No, sir. No, sir.
So
out of,
I can.
Yes, sir. Please speak in English. Because of our some participants cannot understand Hindi also, sir.
Yes. That is the
So
point.
please
That's
run your presentation in English.
Yes, that's I want to know.
Okay, sir.
So what I want to convey, when we are excavating and setting out a building, the geotech engineerings are the neglected in some cases. What I found in our Hajira Patti in Surat, nearby Surat, if the one industry people, they're excavating pile up to certain meter, the adjacent property or adjacent industry, they are also going for the same depth of the excavation of that pile. They are not bothered to taste that soil because they accept that. They assume that particular adjacent soils are that fine. So the same depth of good safe bearing capacity of soil will be available in my place also. Don't go for that. For every individual site, you have to taste the particular geotech. Go for consult the geotech laboratory and tested it, and then you have to follow the excavation and design the footing or deep foundation or shallow foundation. We have to check it out, the type of soil. Which type of soil is there nearby your sites or at your site, whether it is black cotton soil or yellow soil. And you have to take care of the subsoil water table also. Because if there is no monsoon, the subsoil water table should be obviously low. But when the rainwater comes, the water table should be up. So appropriate test should be done, and then this type of the case is there, and we have to go for this. Is the you can see the rubbles to prevent this, but water cannot prevent in particular this type of unsuitable remedies. When you are going for the site visit or you want to buy the plot, check it out. The plot should be upper level from the road. Highest level of the plot should be higher than the road. That is the preferable. But the plot which is the below 1 or 2 or 3 meter down from the existing road, what to do? If the person who want to sell the plot, they are refilling the soil on the plot and the level should be higher than the existing road. And if you are not aware and you start excavating or you design the foundation or that particular footing, so you will be in trouble because there is a refilling soil. So first of all, you will check it out on your site. The soil is natural or it is refilled. There's local poor pocket should be there during your excavation of the pit. So the scenario is that you are not knowing the what is local poor pocket, but you have to take care about the adjacent properties and uses of the person who are already nearby premises. Just I am giving the pictures also. This is the local water accumulation. In a certain rural area, they don't have a proper drainage line, so they are doing a pit, and this type of water will be accumulated in certain pits. If our property, what we are excavating, it will be nearby, then this will be the result. Get all water will come through this particular excavation, and we are not able to construct a footing by this type of accumulation of water. How you can see this is the exact scenario. Anyone can do answer? Anything wrong in this picture? Anyone can you answer? Anything wrong in this picture? Because the interaction can boost my energy to deliver a lecture by up to how much wavelength I have to deliver. When the person or because the person who is on the site, diploma holder of the fresh BE, they are the key person for the quality assurance. If anyone is denying, then I am not agree with that, because the person who started a job on the site, he is the responsible for this, and the structural engineers also. You are dismantling the properties, your properties is your properties. This is your property. You are dismantling. This is the adjacent properties. When you're dismantling, you have to take a horizontal props to the every heights of the floor. If you're dismantling from here, this is the slab, you are standing here and giving horizontal prop to the adjacent property, then dismantling, then giving horizontal prop, then dismantling, then giving horizontal prop, and then excavating, giving horizontal prop. Again, when you are erecting the structure, the column will be here. You are erecting a slab and removing that particular prop, then removing, then removing, then removing. Don't go for such type of throughout dismantling of the building, because it may be in this side, then we have to remove and dismantle this property also. So I will see what this is the excavate for putting trench. You have to store or throw away this, bring this particular soil to the nearby the footing. It is a wrong practice. You have to throw away this particular soil, so it cannot revert back to your trench, and the fatal will be there and accident will be prevented. So this is wrong. If there is some raining and other things, this will be nearby and it will be filled out, excavated your trench again. the engineer excavation. It's a good type of excavation, and it should be preferred on the any site. This is fine. And the benchmark. The benchmark should be on a permanent place. The benchmark should be right on a permanent place. Or otherwise, you can make this type of arrangement and center line HHCC if you are working on a center line drawing during footing. So this type of arrangement should be there. Is also a permanent. But if you are going for such type of arrangement, take care this concreting should be intact enough. Otherwise, it will be move horizontally or vertically. Then your center line or marking should be disturbed, and your column and trench and footing, and that center will be gone. So you have to take care and careful every time. When you come to the site and next day, check it out the center line and then start the working. Here it is. There's so many cases I found that it is on this wall, that is fine. But we are making arrangement like this, it may be disturbed by someone or some animals. So we are victim of the particular this center line will be disturbed. Don't excavate entire area. If you want to the one by one footing, it will be good because you find the consolidated soil nearby this footing, and if you are going for the mastering structure, you know the soft story effect will be here in this particular entire area we are excavating. If there is a basement, that is fine, but we are refilling this soil, so don't go for whole entire area excavated by the JCB. Just one by one, take the trenches, excavate the pits, and fill again. This type of support, what I say that you have to support horizontally when you're excavating any structure in a Gamtal area or in city area. Otherwise, in nearby adjacent property may be tilt. Then we know that the material should be in a good quality, but up to which extent we are taking care. Basically, concrete is a man-made store. What we know that cement, sand, cross aggregate, and then ultimately concrete is there. We all need mixture of, this is the ideal mixture of aggregate and paste. Paste should be 30 to 40%. Then Portland cement 7 to 15% by volume. Water should be 14 to 21%. The filler material is aggregate 60 to 70%. Coarse fine, and then admixture. This is the ideal of concrete. We all know that. Then, sorry. Dry powder of very fine particle cement should be, this is the ideal points. Form a paste when mixed with water, chemical reaction hydration should be there, ultimately glue is there, then paste coats all the aggregate together by this glue. Harden and form a solid mass after setting. These are the ideal scenario. In water, needed for two purposes, chemical reaction and workability. Only 1/3 of the water is needed for the chemical reaction. Then the water remains the pores and holes. So workability in this area we can move and concentrate, and then we can reduce the water and increase the workability, and then extra water remains the pores and holes can be minimized. Good for the preventing plastic shrinkage, cracking and workability, but bad for the permeability, strength and durability. Excess water, if we are going for the more water than the design, it is good for the preventing plastic shrinkage, cracking and workability, but bad for the permeability, strength and durability. We are not getting enough strength if water is excess. Aggregate is the chief filler, hard material, provide for the volume stability, then reduce volume changes and provide abrasion resistance in case of the pavement and road or flooring of go down also. Okay, now the cement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Don't store a cement more than 10 in the go down. Otherwise, this bottom cement is under pressure, and within a few days it will be set. When we are using the cement, company, grade, date of manufacture, field test, weight, and fineness. This is a very important scenario. If someone said that your cement is not in a good condition, or this is not okay, this is a duplicate cement, or whatever the collapse done due to your negligence in the cement area, so you can mail to the cement company and check the grade, date of manufacture, then field test by field test also, and that cement company will you provide a certificate what they tested in their lab of your batch of cement. You can give a base number at your site. Yes, sir. Dear sir, this is the cement what I purchased from so and so shop, and this is the base number of the cement. There is some problems with the site, and we want to know the exact scenario of your cement test. So they will send you a test of your cement, a fineness test, and you can say soundness test. All the results they have, they can send us, and then we can give as a proof to the client in an arbitrary area. Then you can know the cement is enough, good enough. Otherwise, you can anyone can say that you are using a duplicate cement, or cement is old cement. So you can give a date of manufacturing and give a result of the cement. You can ask for the any cement company by the mail, and they can send you a result. Sand. Sand is during monsoon we have to take care about the sand in a such manner. This is the sand with the other unwanted stuffs in the sand. Because during monsoon, what happened? The stream of the river is fast and flow. So the person who is accumulated the sand, they are not able to fix their pump at the center of the river. So they will what they do at the bank of the river, they will come, and whatever the cement with the unnecessary stuffs, they will fill in the truck and they will supply to you at your site. It is also the mud also will come with your sand. If you are not vigilant at your site, you should be vigilant enough, check the particular types of sand and tell them you have to supply a sand which are in a storage place, because they store the sand also before monsoon, and don't use such type of cement, because contractor will not say you anything, because during the mud the cement content will be less. In a very less cement they will make a mortar by the help of this mud. So don't use this type of sand in our site. If we don't have any option, the site is there, you can screening the particular sand and wash the particular the sand and clean the sand and after use it. This is the coarse aggregate. This is like a cubical shape coarse aggregate is advisable. They are not the flaky and elongated aggregate will not advisable at our site. These are the flaky. You can see this is a flaky aggregate. This is the impression of free lime in the aggregate. The free lime in the aggregate. After adding the water, this free lime will be expand and your concrete will be porous and less dense. So this type of black white dot on the aggregate will be avoided. You can see this is the white. You can see in this white dot, this white dot, this is the white dot, white dot. Black coarse aggregate will be advisable. We have to avoid such type of aggregate with the free lime. These also one photograph with free lime. These some elongated aggregate. These are the water cement ratio, how we check it out. If cement is more and water is less, this is a scenario. If water content is less, that is also a scenario is different. When we increase the water content, the strength will be decreased. But we have to balance with the water cement ratio and strength accordingly the requirement of the site and how workable concrete is needed at our site. In mass concreting is there is no much workability needed. When pump concrete, we need a good workability. Accordingly, we can decide and make a concrete. Brick also playing an important role, because some ones are not doing important to brick, but it will play a vital role during your using the property or that particular premises. This is a good quality of brick. This fly ash brick. Use the reinforcement. How to check the reinforcement? How to check the reinforcement whether it is good or not? Earlierly, there is a cold twisted bar we were using at our site. Nowadays, we are using thermomechanically treated bar. Nowadays, we are using thermomechanically treated bar. And such type of bar, by visual inspection, we have to avoid and return to the company. Is also it should be round enough and perfect shape. But this is cold twisted bar. In an old building, you can find such type of bar. But now, thermomechanical treated bar is available in the market. But how to check this particular bar is TMT or not? How to check? From day one to my whole journey of PhD also, I complete my diploma also, BE also, master in structure, BE, masters and PhD throughout from SUNID. But not a single chapter or single line I found in any book how to check the thermomechanical heated bar at our site. So I will show you, because this steel is we are using as a ductile material. If this is not in a proper manner, so our building may collapse during tremor or in a literal load. Just merely relying on the word TMT, you cannot rely the TMT or thermomechanical treated, don't rely on it. Just misapprehension to the customer and misuse by the manufacturer. They are misusing this particular word and supply any type of steel at our site. So technical definition is what? Must comply with a set of chemical, physical and mechanical property of product manufactured by means of, see, again I am telling, manufactured by means of heating, they have to heat, then throw it, then quenching and tempering. These four processes should be done in a proper manner. Otherwise, we cannot produce the thermomechanically treated bar. We cannot produce the thermomechanically treated bar. This heating, drawing, and tempering, these are the fine. But there are a problem with the quenching. There is a problem in the quenching. Anyone know what is the quenching? Okay. And if there is there, I will show you how to, what is the quenching. Quenching. If some video is appropriate, I want to show you what is the quenching, because you are not replying, so that's why I'm putting such exercises. Quenching means when you are hitting the steel and close. See the water. This is the I think you're able to see the video now. Hello.
No.
Oh shit.
No,
You're
sir.
able to-
Video is not visible.
Okay. Mhm.
પ્રેઝન્ટેશન ને સ્ટોપ શેરિંગ કરીને પછી કરો ને તો આવશે.
એવું કરવું છે?
હા એવું જ કરવું પડશે. પ્રેઝન્ટેશન સ્ટોપ શેરિંગ કરવું પડશે અને વિડીયો પ્લે કરીને પછી ફરીથી વિથ સાઉન્ડ શેર કરો.
એટલે video એટલે હું તો ડાયરેક્ટ ઓનલાઈન જ લઈ જાઉં છું.
હા તો આ પણ પીપીટી જ અત્યારે દેખાય છે એટલે પીપીટી ને સ્ટોપ શેરિંગ કરી દો.
સ્ટોપ શેર શેર સ્ક્રીન કરું અને
એમાં ડાયરેક્ટ સ્ક્રીન આપી દેશો ને તો ઓનલાઈન થશે તો એ ક્રોમ દેખાશે.
સ્ક્રીન આપી દઉં.
હા,
ઓકે ફાઇન,
હા.
ધેટ્સ ફાઇન, ધેટ્સ ફાઇન. એટલે પીપીટી ની કે સ્ક્રીન જ આપી દઉં.
સ્ક્રીન જ આપી દો. હા
ઓકે ચલો. Now you are able to see.
હા
હવે દેખાય છે આ?
હા હા દેખાય ક્લિયર ક્લિયર.
પાછું કરું. These are the video what I am telling. This is the quenching box. And side પર પાણી પણ પડતું દેખાશે. These are the water they are sprinkling on the that particular this hot bar. See the water. This you can see here. I think now you are able to see the video, no?
યસ
Hello.
યસ
Okay.
યસ.
Okay. This is the process of quenching. Ultimately, they hit the bar.
Hello? Sir, you are not audible.
Other portion. Oh, sorry. I think now I'm audible. Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, then now I'm sharing the
Now,
screen.
yes,
because
sir.
Sharing the screen also. Okay. Now I think you are able to see the screen also, and I'm audible also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Both are.
Okay. So what is the actual process is there? So many engineers there doesn't know what is the actual process of TMT bar. This is the cross section of the bar. As per our video, you can see that uniform hardened tempered martensite periphery. This is the martensite periphery. It should be 15 to 30% of the area, and other in between. The softer ferrite perlite core, it is good for the civil construction. If you know that some bar benders are where bending the particular that stirrups, it will be cracked because this type of more over quenched bar will be there. So it is more hardened periphery and less softer periphery in the side. So that will be cracked, and not enough ductility we can get in such type of wrongly quenched bar. So these are the exit scenario of the quenching and thermomechanically treated bar. This is perfect treated bar. This is over quench. This is illustrated non-uniform hardened periphery quenching did not occur all around. Some manufacturers, they are not going for quenching. What we see in the video, they are just drip the bar in the water tank and remove it from the particular that thing. So exit perfect TMT bar will not manufacture in that particular company. So these and these will be harmful for our side. This is the exact particular 10 or 15 to 30% core, 30% martensite area, and the other are the soft core. So what? How to know? This is the very important. How to know that this is the perfect TMT or not? So we are going for the cursory test. Just a moment, I am not able to change this slide. This is a cursory field test. We have randomly cut the small length of test sample from the supplier, what they actually give us at the site. From a few randomly selected
Hello, sir. Sir, you are not audible. Hello. Sir, am I audible? Hello.
Yes, madam.
Kamlesh, sir. Sir, are you getting my voice or not, sir? Hello, sir, you are not audible.
hello,
Yes, sir.
hello.
Yes,
Due
sir.
to some error, I am not able to. Can you see my screen?
No, sir, no, it's not
Okay,
visible.
I will share again.
Yes, now it's visible, sir.
Okay, some due to some problem, connection problem, it may be there.
No
Okay.
problem, sir. Please continue.
So these are, achha, we have to go for the procedure actually. I think we start the procedure again. Cut the small length of test sample from the randomly selected bar. Then with 3000 RPM, we have to polish with the emery, and then the main point, the cross section shall be smeared or each with the few drops of nitrile. Nitrile means what? It is nothing but the synthesis of 10% of concentrated nitric acid and 19% of ethyl alcohol. Soon after reaching two distinct faces or shades, as per we see in our this particular figure, with uniform thickness are clearly visible on the cross section. If the rebar are genuine TMT bar, these two faces are not distinct. The rebar are either fake or substandard TMT bar. And you can evaluate by this type of cross section will be seen after the etching the drop of the ethanol. Then we can know the thermomechanical bar is fake or in a good standard. Because nowadays the very good standard companies are there, but we have to check it out randomly. So we are assured about the this bar. We check the sand, then coarse aggregate, then cement, and this bar also. Okay, this is the cursor test what we discussed. I am not taking much time. Now, the construction equipment. These are also playing a very important role. These are the volume-based mixing. You all know that as a civil engineer. The weight bag mixture machines are more precise and more preferable, but in a 60 to 70% of our construction industry, such practice is going on nowadays or till now, till date. These are mixer machines. And now wrongly filled volume measures. You can see if one bag cement's volume is here by this line, and these are the excess coarse aggregate and excess fine aggregate. So cement content will be less when you are using such type of practice. See, you have to take care, or we have to take care if you are teachers or professors. What I suggest to all, the future of the civil industry should be not like this. We have to train and educate our students. This practice should be eliminated from the site. And by volume, they are using this type of gamela also. In this gamela, some big, we are using big and some using small. If this is a small gamela, one bag of cement will cover four gamela with this bag. Per bag of cement, four gamela, four numbers of gamela. But when you are using cement, this gamela is there. When you are aggregate, this will be there. So the cement content is again less, and our concrete will be suffer, and our ultimate structure will be less durable. Sometimes on the site, due to conjunction of the steel in a junction of column, beam, and cantilever beam, there is extra beam of the cantilever area. We know that when we designing the structure, there is a extra bar on the cantilever side on top. Then bent up bar from the beam will be also gone on the top of the column. Extra bars will be gone on top of the column, and the already column bars, vertical bars also in that particular junction. So these junctions are very congested with the steel, and the 0.4 or 0.3 or 0.35 water cement ratio concrete, it is not able to cast the concrete in particular junction. So the person who is already casting the slab, he make a whistle from the slab, and this whistle is listened by this particular waterman, and he said this type of sign for the water. This type of sign will be, and he will add the water, excess water on the side, and our mix design 0.35, 0.45 will go on to the 0.5, 0.6, and 0.7 water cement ratio by this gesture. So our concrete will be gone and our mix design will be vanished. Then what I said, use the volume-based modern concrete mixer machine. This will be advisable and every side, but it is not possible. So we have to take care what we told about the all materials and the volume-based mixtures should be take care and it should be filled on a surface only. When we are using vibrator, in quickly, out slowly. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 such type of practice will be there, but poker must be long enough to go into bottom layer. Then never touch the poker with the formwork. Formwork को touch नहीं करना है. And never touch the reinforce with the reinforcement should be not touched because when we cast from the here, these are the 10-meter slab. We casted the reinforcement from the casted slab from the here, and the reinforcement in the slab will be set within 30 minutes as per our cement setting time. And we touch the reinforcement here, all reinforcement are vibrated. And the bonding between the concrete and the reinforcement will be gone at the when we start the slab this area. So don't touch formwork and don't touch the reinforcement, and never spread the concrete with the poker on the reinforcement, which but it may collapse the that formwork. And footing. When we construct a footing, go for dewatering. Don't use. Otherwise, what they do it? They pour a dry concrete in this footing, and water will be already in the footing available. Don't go for dewatering it and again pour the concrete. And provide a proper cover as per the IS code. Minimum 50 mm cover should be available in a footing. So provide a proper cover in a footing. Otherwise, it will corrode the reinforcement. This is the slope of a footing. This is also a good quality. Don't use plastic bags behind the footing. Clean the reinforcement before casting the column. This should not be avoided. In ground beam, you can see the condition of ground beams. You are at the site, now your mind will be stuck during this situation. They have to PCC, plain cement concrete should be poured. They have to compact the soil, PCC should be there, and then cast the particular ground beam. Otherwise, this scenario may happen. And the construction joint should be there with stopper, otherwise it will be harmful. And it should be nearby the point of contrafracture. Don't use joint at junction, or don't provide joint at center of the beam, because at the center of bending moment is maximum. Here shear force is maximum. We have to provide a joint in a nearby L/4 area, so it is nearby point of contrafracture. And you feel that the person, they can clean this mud in a proper manner, then cast. That is our responsibility. We have to take care and streak enough at the side and remove this soil and then cast the column. And plim beam also. So you have to provide a stirrups on this column bar and then cast the beam. Otherwise, it will be dislocated. This also cover is gone. Here is the maximum cover, and here is the cover is tends to 0, but not 0. Don't provide brick. Don't provide brick, because you cannot remove the brick after casting, and it is a part of your concrete. The brick is not a part of the concrete in any code, any country's code. These also there. They are not provide stirrup. Just you have to provide stirrup and then cast a column or beam. It's an organic column. See. Now we can see that why our structure is 10 or 15 years, it will be in a bad condition. Because we are not much serious. Don't dismantle. You have to go for rebar. Don't use plastic. I think you are available, you know the starter. I think because you are not a single person who is responding, I am not able to understand at which wavelength I have to discuss with you. If someone is respond, then I can make a focus on such points. But I think you are in a very relaxed mood, so you are not answering me. But you know the starter. I'm going to give you a show you a starter. This is the starter. To define or to complete this particular center line of the formwork, we are providing a starter initial of the column at most of the site. See, column is where and starter is where and covering is where. These are also going. But I want to convey one thing. When you are using starter now, if the design of this beam and column is M35, okay, when we casted this starter, is it M35 or not? Because end of the day, the contractor give an instruction to the labor, you have to provide 4-5 starter, okay, and the labor is giving instruction to his wife, and his wife is haphazardly make a concrete, and it should be M12 or M15 or M20, whatever the concrete, I don't know. But this concrete is not as much of that particular M35 concrete. And if this concrete is less than M35, M20 or M15, at all floor, this starter is the weak link of the chain, and during tremor, this building collapse from this junction. Understand? Because when he is going for a good concrete and good aggregate, it will rough. So they will add a more sand, more fine aggregate. Then the concrete is looking very smooth, but the strength is gone. And strength is not more than M10 or 15, what I found in many outside. So if you want to go for marking of the center line, use the marker pen, center line on the slab, don't go for the starter. Center line and mark it out. And then fix the nail, and your formwork will be on the nail, and then you cast a column. So the starter will be avoided, and this M15 or M20 concrete will be removed from your whole building. Otherwise, it will be the weak link of the chain. You can see the scenario. What is the center line? What is the axial load? Don't know. This also we can say. Here is the center line. And this center line passes through here. The load path is here, you can see. And this is the very poor concrete here. Very poor concrete. And at the end of the slab, the last slab, column bar should be terminated and should be bent in the slab. Don't go and open the slab and open the bar on the terrace. Otherwise, it can attract the water, and that water will be penetrated in the slab and then column, and it will dilapidate the building. And this will be during tremor, this junction will be strong enough, so your building will be tilt in a right manner, in a good manner. Otherwise, it will be fail, and that joint will be gone. So bend this bar like this, and this is the wrong practice. They forgot at which phase they have to provide column. They are providing here reinforcement bar, and then they dismantle the column and they bend this column. And after casting, anyone cannot know the actual scenario of the wrong practice. Don't use unplumbed. It should be plumb. Don't use this type of strut on a slab. Otherwise, it will be slip, and this all formwork will be dismantled. This type of scaffolding should be advisable. And this type of formwork also should be available because the cement slurry will be come out of this formwork and our slab will be weak. Okay, we know that the initial setting up the cement is a 30 minute, but during plaster and concreting, the labor is not much serious about the that initial and final setting time of cement. So when the 1 p.m. is there, they stop the work and this mortar will be as it is for the more than 1 hour and the initial setting time is gone. What I seen you in the initial slide, there is a leakage from the wall. This external plaster will be there and it is not enough protective to the wall or building, and then leaking will be start from the wall here. Lunch time is going on and this mortar is as it is. They are not bothered to complete this mortar also. 1 p.m. is there, आपका समय सुनता है up and complete is up and they stop it. And this will be used again after 1 or 1 point or I think more than 1 hour, and they pour a water and use again. And after spending enough money, the cement content also good in this gamela, you can see that, but it will meaningless. This is the most neglected area in the building, plumbing and drain services. How they neglect, you can see. They cut the beam. They cut the beam. See, they cut the beam. This rainwater pipe is also gone through. When it is leaking, all RCC member will be gone. And ultimately, resultant is here. Electric line. How we can pour the concrete in this area? How we can achieve the strength, what we desire during our structure design or concreting? These are not placing, this is already fixed. We have to concrete on this slab. What is the thickness of slab? 125 mm, 150 mm. It will be half of that. It cover half of that area and our slab thickness is gone. Then now we can see why the slab are leaking and it will be going to here. See how you can pour the concrete. This is the when your parapet is here, water will be, if they are not sealed this end of the pipe, the water will be enter in this pipe and then spread through all building. Don't touch the column. Don't go for this practice. In vegetation also, some people they are using acid in the vegetation. Don't it be acid because concrete pH is 12 to 14, and when you are pouring acid in the concrete, the pH will be less than 7, and the concrete pH is less than 7, then reinforcement will corrode and our building will be gone. These are the practices should be avoided. You have to use pesticides for this type of cases. Don't use acid. Remove it as early as possible and pour the pesticides instead of acid, then the problem will be resolved. Now the repair is required. Where the repair requires reinforcement corrosion, then carbonation. Carbonation is very much affected of the exterior column or beam or any structural member. As per thumb rule, per year 1 mm carbonation should be there in the concrete. If the cover is 20 or 25 mm, within 50 or 20 years is nearby the steel. So you have to go for the protective coating of the exterior part of the concreting so we can avoid the carbonation. Then sulfate attack, then salt weathering in the seashore area like Bombay and Dwarka and all that. then alkali aggregate reactivity, cracking of concrete, acid attack, damage due to fire, attack due to microorganisms, what they are doing. No repair, then cosmetic repair. In a delamination of concrete, they are doing only plaster. Then partial repairing or total repairing and partial repair or total replacement. This is the option. What is the repair procedure? We have to prepare desk work. What is the estimate? How to do? Which area should be attended first? Preliminary investigation, visual inspection and appraisals. Then detailed investigation, data collection, field measurement, condition survey, then sample collection, testing of samples and analysis and evaluation. These are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 all steps, and then conclusion and recommendation. Then we can start the work on the site. In a masonry structure, we can pinning the arch with ring separation and concrete field spandrel walls and crack injections. But in concrete structure, surface protection, what I told you, it is very important. Otherwise, the carbonation is going on. Per year, 1 mm is thumb rule. And protection of steel. If you protect the surface of concrete, obviously we are protecting the steel reinforcement. Then steel structure, repair of corrosion, cracks, distortion. Every year we have to color the steel structure and remove the corrosion. Rough and cast iron, stiffening, stitching, etc. Then structural crack mainly due to defective design and defective look. Hello. Hello.
sir.
Are you able to?
Hello.
Are you able to see? Hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because defective design, defective load assumptions, and correct assessment of bearing capacity of foundation soil and soil properly. Because I told you in a first glance, we are not much attending the area of foundation and geotech. The building may tilt. Defective detailing of joints and component like roof, fit, brick wall, corner joint of wall. Then defective detailing of structure, detailing of steel reinforcement, and lack of quality control during construction. I will discuss the lack of quality control in a good manner. If you have some question, you can raise your finger or you can ask me during this presentation, so we can able to resolve your query at a time. Cracks in building, structural crack. First is structural crack due to incorrect design, then faulty construction and overloading. Then non-structural cracks, moisture changes, thermal movement, and elastic deformation. Then creep also. If the load is excess and the concrete is more than 10 or 15 years old, the creep maybe comes in picture. Then chemical reaction in an aggressive environment like industry or bank of river nearby sea. Then foundation movement and settlement of soil and vegetation, what we see in some pictures of vegetation also, then it is really helpful to our structures, and it may a happening of crack. Then non-structural crack. Building material expand on absorbing moisture, censoring, shrinking and drying. These are generally reversible. Shrinking in concrete mortar depends on number of factors. One, richer the mix, greater the drying shrinkage. Obviously, when we are mix is richer, it should not dry. If the you are going for the mixed or rich concrete in a PCC or slab, you have to cover immediately after the concreting. So it doesn't evaporate the moisture and the drying shrinkage will be eliminated. Then water content. More water in mix induces greater shrinkage. That we have to take care. That doesn't allow that site people to give more water due to the less workability. Aggregate. Large aggregate with good grading has less shrinkage from some same workability as lesser water. It is we can say gap grading should be there. If there's some gap in the aggregate, we have to use such gapping aggregate in that. So more large and more small aggregate should be avoided, and finest modulus should be checked in that manner, and then we can reduce the crack by this remedy. Then curing. If proper curing starts soon as initial set has place and continues for 7 to 10 days, shrinkage is comparatively less. This is the very avoided area in a construction. When we cast a slab today and overnight it is drying and next day the people come and start curing. But after completion of concreting, you have to cover that slab with a plastic sheet. So the particular that moisture cannot evaporate. And in a vertical member, column and chimneys, all that things, if you are not able to curing properly, apply the curing agent on that. So that curing agent doesn't allow moisture to evaporate. Then the curing will be perfect and our drying shrinkage will be comparatively less. Excessively fines. More fines in aggregate require more water for same workability and hence more secret. More fine aggregate need more cement and more water to cover that. So we have to take care of these excessive fines in that concrete also. Temperature. Concrete made in hot water needs more water for same workability. Hence result is more shrinkage. In temperature and in I told you about the more wind also there. So we have to take care. The wind can be evaporate the top surface of the water and crack will be started. In order to determine whether the cracks are active or dormant, periodic observations are done utilizing various type of telltales by placing mark at the end of the crack. You have to end of the crack marking it. Then pin or toothpick is lightly wedged in the crack and fall out if there is extension of the defect. If there is a beam or slab, we have to wedge in the crack. If the crack is dormant, this is live crack, then that toothpick will be or pin will be fall down and we can know that that crack is dormant or stagnant or live crack. Strip of not tap works similarly. We have to tap on that particular crack. The moment of tearing of tap is there, the movement is there. Then device using typical vernier caliber is most satisfactory of all. We can measure that crack by the vernier caliber and know the extent of that crack and what is the seriousness of crack, whether it is live or dormant. Both extension and compression are indicated. We can use the strain gauge also. If more accurate reading are desired, extensometer can be used. Where extreme accuracy is required, resistance strain gauge. I told that if you want a more extreme accuracy, you can use the strain gauge can be glued across the crack and we can get the result. This is how we mark the end of the crack, then put the pin. Otherwise, we can go for a notch tap and this notch tap is tear, then this crack will be increasing, it indicate. Otherwise, 2 gauge point is there and mark it with the measure with the vernier caliber and this distance decreasing, the crack is live crack. Bonding with epoxies. The time is so fast, 130 is there. Crack is concrete may be bonded by epoxy of injection. Just 1 minute. It is the important point I want to come out. Okay. I think we just taking 5 or 10 minutes more. There is no issue, na? Hello.
No,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
No, sir. No issue.
Okay.
Please continue.
If something is a theoretical, then I will skip it. These are the bonding with epoxies. These are the theoretical points. We can use the crack with the epoxies. There is a various type of epoxies are available in the market. We can inject the epoxies by the pressure. If the epoxies are more viscous, according to viscosity, we can pressurize by the 10 psi or 100 psi. Pound per square inch, you can give the pressure and inject in the crack. Okay, this is type of crack injection system is there. We can inject the crack. If crack is very thin, then we can use the low viscous chemical in the crack. This is the epoxy injection. routing and sealing, original crack, routing, we have to open with the V-groove and just seal the particular that mortar. And stitching also there, we can stitch in a concrete, in a masonry structure, we can stitch by this area. Epoxy will not work in masonry, we can stitch by this type of road. In a Vidya Women's College of Surat, this type of treatment is already done. And external tracing also there. The external tracing tie is there, and we can trace it, and we can give a strengthening this particular slab. This is the actual feature. And grouting is there. The grouting has a power. You can see this is the dismantled or disturbed sample. Then this is after grouting. We sealed it. These are the pressure pump giving the 100 pound per square inch pressure. This is a mortar. We can undercut. This is a square cut. This is undercut, and this is the bevel chase. These three type of cut we can get, and we can put the mortar. Use of overlays, repairing, spalling, and disintegration. This is the guideline for movement joint. RCC roof slab 20 to 25 mm wide, up to 20 to 20 mm. Movement joint king. Then support RCC slab at 4 to 6 meter length, provide slip joint between slab and bearing wall. We can see in the this type of joint, we can see in our bridge also. The RCC frame structure, under load and bearing structure, 25 to 40 mm wide expansion joint at 30 to 45 meter interval. Why I am telling this? If the crack is there, then you can understand. Okay, if it is not provided, then crack will be there. To prevent crack, we have to provide such type of joint. RCC frame structure like this, and in junction of old and new structure, provide a vertical slip joint. In compound wall, expansion joint 5 to 8 mm wide at a 5 to 8 meter. If it is not provided, the crack will be there. In a concrete pavement also, 20 to 25 mm wide joint at 25 to 40 meter. And in Chhajja also, provide expansion joint 5 to 8 meter wide at 4 to 6 meter interval. And the RCC railing, provide expansion joint 5 to 8 mm wide at 6 to 9 meter interval. According to the temperature at that particular site, you can increase and decrease the width of that particular joint. Then long-term monitoring strategy, visual inspection can done, then debonding, then monitoring chloride and moisture content by our some test is measurement of carbonation depth. We can measure the carbonation depth by the phenolphthalein. We can put the phenolphthalein on that surface. If the surface is pink, it is not carbonated. The surface is not pink, then it will be carbonated. Then assessing reinforcement corrosion, resistivity, corrosion potential, and corrosion rate will be measured by the equipment. What is retrofitting? As per the IS code, the retrofitting, this is the definition of retrofitting. I am not going on it. What is the need of this? That also a theoretical portion. I want to show you some photograph of site. That's why I am not. I am skipping this slide. This all you can know. Also, this is the jacketing site. This is the reinforcement, extra reinforcement, extra footing is there, and we are giving a jacket to the column. See, these are the old column. This is the extra concreting on the column, and this is the injection grouting we did to fill a porosity in old column. This is the steel jacketing. This is the bracket. We can provide bracket if the cantilever is, we can say, deflection is more than permissible limit. We can provide the bracket like this. This is a shear wall we can provide. Infill wall. These are the cracks you can see. This is a 45 crack. It indicates the deflection. This is also 45 crack. So covering is gone, and it is waiting to collapse. So any question you can ask, because time is less, so we are not going much in the theory. If any question is there, then I can give you some photographs and resolve your queries.
Sir, one question is there.
Please.
Can you go for insurance of building or structure?
Yes, obviously. But it needs a stability certificate from the structural engineer. Otherwise, it is not there. Insurance company need a stability certificate from a structural engineer, and according to the stability certificate, they will insure your building. If any no code, then I will show you some case studies also within 5 or 6 minutes.
Sir, another question is that finally, who is the responsible for failures? Owner, site engineer, design engineer, or else?
Okay. This is the questions which are raised in the newspapers during one collapse in our city, Surat. Who is responsible? They blame to the Surat Municipal Corporation that they are not carrying a building, so this structure is collapsed. Okay. So Surat Municipal Corporation say, given the advertise in the newspaper, that before or after completion of 15 years of any structure, they have to inspect the structure with any structural engineer and provide a stability certificate and submit to the Surat Municipal Corporation. So they shift the responsibility, they shift our responsibility to the owner of the apartment or premises. Now, after 15 years of building or after completion of 15 years of structure, building collapse or something happen, SMC will point out to the secretary of the building and told them that this is the rule. You have to check your structure for the structural engineer, the visiting of structural engineer, and check it out, what the remedies should be done, what the repairing should be done in your building, and then giving the stability certificate and provide certificate to the SMC why you are not providing, and then they will shift the responsibility to the particular that owner. But ultimately, not in law, but we are responsible for our building. अगर हमारे पास गाड़ी है, we have a vehicle, 2-wheeler, 4-wheeler, regularly we are servicing our vehicle, regularly oiling, servicing, but for our building or structure, we are not much careful about it. जैसा है चलते दो, we are not coloring or simple paint every year, we are not providing paint or structure. Then your structure needs some repairs and some maintenance also. So we are using, so we have to take care. Anything?
So there is
Sir,
no.
can I ask a question through mute this one, sir, directly?
Yes, no issue at all.
Sir, the photograph you have shown initially, there was a old building which was damaged, and also one new building which is damaged also I have shown. For that new building, there will be a consultant who has designed that building. Normally, whenever you start the new building, we put outside their company name and everything. We try to put it until the construction goes as advertisement.
Yes.
Now, what happens is, if any building damages early, is it possible? Can you take a photographs and everything, and can you show this one for the public? Is it possible? Is it legally possible? So and so company constructed this, but within 10-15 years, the building has damaged. Is it legally possible to advertise?
Unless I want to convey one thing. I'm interrupting you. As I told before few seconds, we purchase a vehicle. Okay.
Okay.
There is two things. One is company fault, and one we are not carrying our vehicle. Two things should be differentiated there. There is a very thin wall between this particular two regions. If you are able to prove that it is a fault of builder, that is a different issue. In some cases, I saw that some people are going for the interior designing, changing the walls and all that things. Okay. Some people, they are not carrying the structure in a particular set manner. So after that, we have to check the dilapidated building and what is the exact scenario of building and what is the reason of that failure. And then we can go to the responsible persons. In one cases, I am telling, in our Ashwani Kumar area, in our Surat city, there is a landing of the particular staircase, which is open and cantilever. Okay. There is a 2 column and 2 flights are on the column and cantilever portion is the landing. What I am trying to convey, I think you are able to understand. They are providing water line in the column, and every floor there is a tap provided on landing. Daily they are filling water from that particular tap, and regularly water is accumulated on the cantilever landing. And the on landing on a cantilever area, the top steels are very important. It is corroded, and that landings are and that staircase are, you can say, collapsed. Now, how we can prove that it is the fault of the structural engineer or builder or the person who are using in a wrong manner? This is the case by case we can decide. So direct, we cannot blame anyone.
Okay. Understood.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, just few minutes. I want to just scroll these all photographs. These are the buildings. These are the dying mills photographs. The chemical water directly sprinkle on this particular column, and due to this column is deteriorated. You can see. You can see. Chemical water is directly leakage through this particular column. It is deteriorated. You can see. This is the quality of water you can see in the drain. And we cast it immediately. We jacket this column because we found the foundation of old foundation we get in nearby column, and so we rebar from this foundation, and then we erect this particular reinforcement and we save the structure. But negligence, you can see, no one is carrying this broken pipe, and by this broken pipe, this column is corroded. These are the structural evolution of the water tank. You can see the photographs, and there is not much explanation needed, but by the photographs you can use the extra foundation we provide. See. And the jacketing of this column, you can see. The strength of the concrete is not more than M12. That's why we did this exercise and give us support. So these are the one of the photographs. But if according to your query, any question, I can show you some other things. But if there is no query, then we can end the session.
So this is the last question from my side.
Please.
So there are two types of the buildings which we construct. One we make for our own. Second one we purchase if a builder is going to complete the building, and we buy the flat or something. See, most of the problems we can see in our flats nowadays, after buying this one, we don't know earlier what happens during construction. But after buying, we try to see a lot of problems, like what you have mentioned, several problems.
Yes.
Now, what is the way of rectification of these problems after buying? I'm saying for apartment.
Yes, I got your point. Absolutely. What you want to convey, I am getting it in a very good manner. First of all, what I show you in a first 40 to 50 slide what the things should be taken care of. One rule should be implemented. It is already implemented in government, if you are aware of it. Any roads or that construction, every stage of that construction, they have to click the photographs and submit to the whatever the related offices. Okay. So what I personally mean, okay, if just some apartments are constructed, every stage of the construction and plumbing and electrification, builders should have a click the photographs of every angle, and they have to with brochure, because the brochures are giving a very pink and nice pictures. It is our buildings, and we will provide these and all that things, the cosmetic pictures we are getting. But apart from these brochures, they have to provide the photographs from the foundation to the plumbing, electrification, plaster, brickwork, all that things they have to provide with the brochures. So the person who is provide the brochure with all this, you can say nice work, I think we have to prefer the purchase the flat or premises in that particular builders. That's what I personally mean. I think it should be, the government can be implemented these rules and compulsory if they provide that SMC resident, they have to provide structural stability certificate to the SMC. So they can force to the builders also. You have to provide the average stage photographs to the SMC before approval of work. That is also very important. And third party inspection, TPI, PMC work should be done in any builders, and that is from the government or some neutral body. What I mean, and that structure will be, I think, reliable for purchase of flat or any premises for us, normal people. I mean,
so is any of a leading company doing that?
No, not at all. Not at all. Not
Yes.
at all.
Yes, sir. If they do that, definitely they will get more offers now.
That's why. So see what I want to convey. In my lecture, I also told you that some professors and lecturers also available in this particular lecture. So they have to teach and give a knowledge about this whole stage of construction and all the plumbings and construction lines. You have to take care of this particular points during your, because they are supervisor. The supervisor is not a very cheap word. The supervisor means a person whose vision is the super than the other person on the side. Supervision. The vision is super than the other person. So we are developing and we are producing and we are manufacturing the supervisor initial stage of their particular career. If they are carrying of these particular all points, so our next generation is give a good structure. That's what I personally mean.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay, sir, there is no more question. So we will conclude our session. A big thank you to Dr. Kamlesh Dalal sir for his efforts towards industrial scenario of reasoning of structure. Really, sir, I thankful to you for give time for a particular FTP. Thank you so much, sir, for wonderful session. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, I also thankful to you to give me opportunity to convey my thoughts to all the people. They are all around the country, I think. Thank you very much to all.
Thank you.
Who
Thank
already
you, sir.
put
Thank
effort
you for
to
the
effort.
informative
Okay.
session.
Thank you.
For your great assistance. We appreciate your great efforts, sir. I may like to express our sincere thanks to Dr. Kamlesh Dalal, sir, for giving an excellent coverage to industrial scenario of re-strengthening of structure. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It was
Okay.
very informative session.
Okay, may I
I
leave?
really enjoyed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Now I would like to thank all the faculty members and participants of the event. Thank you all. Participants, as I already told in our previous session, we have changed our time of valedictory session. First, we will start our valedictory function at 2:30, and then we will take an exam during the function. Exam link will be shared through the WhatsApp and chat box too. Now all participants can take a break for 45 minutes, and we will meet up again at 2:30 p.m. for our valedictory function. Thank you all. Goodbye, everyone.